All right, so let's just settle into our meditation. Just a nice, comfortable seated position. Hey, Stephanie, David, Kathleen, Coral, welcome. Okay, so let's just, as I was saying, get settled into a nice. Geshe-la's class just ended. All right, everyone's going to pour in. Was Geshe-la teaching on Vajrasattva again? Is it once a week or?
Next Wednesday is the last session.
Oh, I probably should make an effort to come. Except, yeah, I can come. Yeah. All right. And it's recorded as well, though, isn't it? It's probably up on. Yeah,
Yes, and it's up. Yes.
I should check those out. All right. Thank you so much, Coral. Your cat is on. Oh, yep. No, there it is. All right. Nice, comfortable sitting position. So whatever that's for you, that is for you this evening. But for those of you who are sitting with the feet down, just for a moment, bring your attention to the soles of the feet and really try and connect the earth. This is what's holding us up. Have your feet about a hip's width apart. I'm going to go off gallery. See, and then you come back and there's more people. Hi, Susan. And also knees about a hip's width apart. And just be really sitting right on top of your sits bones, shoulders aligned with the hips, and just lengthen the spine. Imagine your spine is a string of pearls of light stretching from the base all the way up through the crown of the head and beyond. So really try and lengthen. Just putting some space in between the vertebrae. So bring your awareness to the crown of the head now and relax the scalp and the forehead, the eyes, and just your whole face, and the back of the head, at the base of the occiput, base of the skull. Around this whole area here, behind the ear, is the vagus nerve. It runs down, I think, from the top of the spine, then either side of the ears. Just imagine you're relaxing all of this area. It's not easily done. And relax the temples and the jaw, back of the neck. Relax the shoulders and the shoulder blades and the throat and the chest, and the belly, your limbs. Just notice the sensation of the air as you're inhaling and exhaling. And then just be aware of any sounds in your environment. Just allow them to be there. Try not to have them be a part of your meditation. And just let them be. Try not to follow with the mind, going off to investigate with our mind. And then just notice what's arising in the mind. And just be aware. It's probably different than it was yesterday. It's so interesting to me doing the same thing over and over again every night, because I can see such fluctuations in my own mind. It's really fascinating. So whatever it is that's going on for you this evening or this morning, because we have someone in Australia, Just know that it's perfectly fine. However it is you're turning up is perfectly fine. The fact that you're here is enough. Anything from just turning up is a bonus. So we start from there. And you can categorize your thoughts. If there's so much going on in your mind, you don't know what to do with it, just you can make it simple. Oh, I'm thinking. That's a really good start. And then you could say, oh, that's planning. Oh, that's a memory. So it's nothing big, nothing intricate, nothing complicated. Just make it really simple. And then we just notice we're sitting on the bank of our river. And just watch the water flow on by for a moment. Maybe you can smell, that smell of fresh water. Maybe you can hear birds in your mind's eye, your river. Maybe you can hear the sound of the water quietly moving. And just notice, what's the quality of that water today? And just notice that while you're sitting on the bank, you're free from the river. Let's just bring to mind all the people of our life, our very dear friends and spouses, the people that you're closest to in your life, who you love. And then there's those people in our life who we're not so fond of, and then there's our strangers. Just kind of bear in mind that they can potentially change place at any time. And this is due to this permanent nature of this world that we live in. Things are constantly shifting and changing. But remembering, as always, they're all equal in their wish to be happy and their wish to be free from suffering and having this extraordinary capacity for Buddhahood. So then we'll do this meditation this evening for the benefit of all these people of our life. And if there's someone you particularly want to dedicate for, motivate for, bring that person to mind, that group of people to mind. There's always something in the news, in our friends, amongst our friends, that's touching our hearts. So just think there is no negativity that cannot be purified. And this purification process is basically a psychological one. So we create negativity with our mind, so equally we can create positivity instead. So we start with a power of regret, first of the four opponent powers. So we sincerely regret from the depths of our heart anything you have done to harm any living being on this day, in this life, and in all of our past lives. And you can think of specific actions of both your body and your speech, and then in general regret all. And the reason to regret is based on this logic of karma. And we experience everything due to our past karma, our past actions. And so having harmed others, we ourselves will necessarily experience suffering in the future. We cannot bear the thought of the future suffering that we ourselves will experience. We know from the present suffering we don't want it. So logically, it makes sense to remove the karmic seeds before they ripen as future suffering for us. So think like this: I regret from the depths of my heart having harmed others with my body and my speech, having broken my vows, because I do not want the future suffering. I'm sick of suffering. And also regret any anger, attachment, and the rest that are the cause of why we harm others, and think again, I'm sick of this suffering. And then think, what can I do about it? Whom can I turn to? So here we come to the power of reliance. So it has two sections, refuge and developing compassion. So we turn to the Buddha the doctor who has the methods that we can use to purify. And it's not that we need the Buddha to forgive us. We're purifying ourselves by relying upon his methods, his medicine. So you can imagine Vajrasattva above the crown of your head. So something like this Buddha here. This is Vajrasattva, Tankara Vajrasattva, quite elaborate. So you can just imagine, if visualization is not easy for you, you can just imagine this ball of light above the crown of the head with all the feeling that you see in this image in front of you. You don't have to go to all the detail. So we have this light a couple of inches above the crown of your head, facing the same way as you, this Buddha. You can also imagine this is the mind of your teacher manifesting in this form for your benefit, and he's made radiant, blissful white light, sitting cross-legged on a white lotus and a moon cushion. He has this beautiful, radiant face, and his eyes are long. They're shaped like lotus petals, and they're peaceful and full of love and compassion for you and all those people of your life. He has a sweet red mouth. His hair is black and held up in a top knot. His arms are crossed at his heart, the left underneath the right. The left is holding a bell representing wisdom, and the right is holding a vajra, which represents the indestructibility of compassion. And their being crossed represents the union of these two, which symbolizes enlightenment itself, the development of infinite wisdom and infinite compassion. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood, so as to benefit all sentient beings. So in order to develop compassion, we need to rely upon other beings, so the very beings we have harmed and those who have harmed us, by developing compassion for them. So think particularly of someone you've harmed recently and in the past, and maybe then in general, all beings we've ever harmed since beginningless time. Oh, excuse me. And then remember those who have harmed you, and particularly we'll have compassion for them, because the harm they've caused you, the suffering they've caused you, the unhappiness they've caused you is going to ripen as suffering for them in the future. This is our natural law. So make a strong aspiration to do this practice of purification for the sake of all these beings, and think, I must purify for their sake. So now we come to the power of the remedy, and this is the actual medicine doing the practice of purification. And we start with the body. And Vajrasattva very compassionately, imagine, is sending powerful white nectar like coming out of a hose quite forcefully from his heart, and it arcs around and enters your crown and pours into your entire body and fills you completely. And it keeps pouring into you until it forces out of your lower orifices all the harm you've ever done to any living being with your body in the form of inky liquid, and this pours out of you and disappears into space, not one atom left, as we recite the mantra. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dita meboa sitokaya meboa sipokaya meboa anarakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tatagata vajramami mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dita meboa sitokaya meboa sipokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawa sedi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tatagata vajramami mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dita meboa sitokaya meboa sipokaya meboa anarakta meboa sawa sedi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tatagata vajramami mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dita meboa sitokaya meboa sipokaya meboa anarakta meboa sawa sedi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tatagata vajramami mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita dita meboa sitokaya meboa sipokaya meboa Anorakta me boa sawasidi mimpi yatta sawa kama sita me. Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum ha 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 ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata A Hum Pe and Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anorakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatta Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum ha 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 ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata A Hum Pe and Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anorakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatta Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum ha 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 ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata A Hum Pe. So be delighted that all the harm you've ever done to any sentient being with your body is now completely purified, and think there's no way you could do anything but benefit others now with your body. And next is the purification of your speech, and Vajrasattva very happily sends powerful nectar from his heart chakra, and this arcs around and forcefully enters your crown, fills your entire body, except this time forcing up to the top of your body all the negativity of your speech, which overflows and disappears into space, not one atom left. So just imagine it, all the gossip and the harsh speech and the useless speech and lying and talking badly about others behind their backs and getting other people to agree with you. All of this is purified by this powerful nectar filling you as you recite the mantra. Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anorakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatta Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum ha 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 ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata A Hum Pe and Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anorakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatta Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum ha 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 ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata A Hum Pe and Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anorakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatta Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum ha 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 ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata A Hum Pe and Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anorakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatta Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum ha 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 ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata A Hum Pe and Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anorakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatta Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum ha 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 ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata A Hum Pe and Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anorakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatta Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum ha 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 ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata A Hum Pe and Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anorakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatta Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum ha 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 ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata A Hum Pe. So again, feel so happy that your speech is now completely purified, and imagine it's not possible to do anything but benefit others now with your speech, including yourself. And this includes what you write. So next, the purification of the mind, and Vajrasattva very compassionately sends powerful beams of light from his heart chakra, and this arcs around and enters your crown and fills your entire being. So just the same as when you walk into a pitch black room and you flick on that switch, the light instantly dispels the darkness. It's just the same here. The moment the light from Vajrasattva's heart hits your heart chakra, all the darkness of the negativity of your mind, so all the attachment and neediness and anger and bitterness, depression, resentment, anxiety, jealousy, grudges, all instantly dispelled, not one atom left. Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dinapatita Dita Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajrama Mimuta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ahum Pe Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dinapatita Dita Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawa Sidi Mipiyata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajrama Mimata Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ahum Pe Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawa Sidi Mipiyata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajrama Mimata Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ahum Pe Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawa Sidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajrama Mimata Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ahum Pe Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawa Sidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajrama Mimata Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ahum Pe Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawa Sidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajrama Mimata Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ahum Pe Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawa Sidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajrama Mimata Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ahum Pe. So again, be delighted. All your delusions, which are the source of all of our own suffering and the cause of why we harm others with our body and our speech, are completely purified. And think now, there's no space in your heart for anything other than love and kindness and forgiveness and wisdom and bliss and compassion. So next is the purification of even the imprints of negativity of the body, speech, and mind. And this time imagine Vajrasattva sending light and nectar, and it fills you completely and eradicates even these subtlest imprints of negative energy from the mind. Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawa Sidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajrama Mimata Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ahum Pe Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawa Sidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajrama Mimata Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ahum Pe Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawa Sidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajrama Mimata Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ahum Pe Vajrasappa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasappa Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta me boa sawa siddhi mimpi yatta sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuru hum ha ho bhagavan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata a hum pe. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dina patita. Dida me boa sitokaya me boa sipokaya me boa. Anurakta me boa sawa siddhi mimpi yatta sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuru hum ha ho bhagavan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata a hum pe. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dina patita. Dida me boa sitokaya me boa sipokaya me boa. Anurakta me boa sawa siddhi mimpi yatta sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuru hum ha ho bhagavan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata a hum pe. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dina patita. Dida me boa sitokaya me boa sipokaya me boa. Anurakta me boa sawa siddhi mimpi yatta sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuru hum ha ho bhagavan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata a hum te. So now feel completely purified. Not one atom of negativity is left in your mind stream. Really try and feel that. And even the subtlest obscurations to your enlightenment have been removed. So now the power of resolve, and the fourth and final step in the purification process, and a really crucial one, is this decision we're trying to make to refrain from harming. So just reflect on, however long it is you've been coming along to this meditation practice. Just reflect on your own commitment, your own determination, and your own effort, and also of those people around you. And really rejoice in your efforts and the efforts of others. And then think of something that you've been working on, you'd like to keep working on. Something you'd like to refrain from doing. That's harmful. That's maybe broken a vow. And then think, this determination, this aspiration that we have, it gives us strength to change. So imagine Vajrasattva's delighted with us and wants to merge with your mind, and he melts into white light and absorbs into you through your crown. And think, my teacher's body, speech, and mind, Vajrasattva's body, speech, and mind, and my own body, speech, and mind are the same thing. So next, Lama Zopa Rinpoche would recommend to meditate on emptiness. So in emptiness, there is no I, the creator of negative karma. There is no action of creating negative karma, and there is no negative karma created. So at whatever level you understand emptiness, place your mind there for a little while. We can think of all phenomena as being empty. They do not exist from their own side. We can also think that the way things appear to me may not necessarily be the way they actually exist. So let's just dedicate all the merit, all the positive energy you've created by doing this purification to all living beings, and think, may all the virtuous karma I've created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of sentient beings as quickly as possible. And then here we go again. We just dedicate, particularly maybe just think of all those people over there in the Middle East. Just sounds super crazy to me. And then all the people in Ukraine, because there's a war going on there as well. And maybe there's places that we haven't even heard of where there's wars going on and people fighting. And then a little bit closer to home, think of our precious Hin. Send lots of love her direction. And then, long life for His Holiness the Dalai Lama. And then the swift return of Lama Zopa Rinpoche. And then, of course, dedicate for the long lives of any teachers that you have who have benefited you and therefore enabled you to benefit others. Okay. Lots of love, everybody. Sweet dreams. Good night. Thank you so much for coming. and I'll see you all tomorrow. Okay. Thank you. Good night, everyone.